Hello there everybody, welcome back to Top 5 Best. Summer's right around the corner for some of us, and for a few other of us it's already here, blisteringly hot and unforgiving. So how would you cool off? Ice cream? Ice water? Going to the beach maybe? I'd reconsider that last one because the ocean can hold some pretty scary secrets down there. Deep down in the depths of the ocean, you may think the scariest thing down there are killer whales and large sharks. But little do we know there is more oddities down on the depths of the ocean floor than we could ever think of. And, well, to be honest, they're scarier than you could ever imagine. With all that said and done, here's the top 25 most terrifying deep-sea creatures.
Make sure to hit that like button, and do not forget to subscribe for more daily top 5s. If you do subscribe, and you've left a like, leave a comment saying I subscribed, and I'll reply to as many of you as I can saying thank you.
Let's begin, shall we? Number 25, the dragonfish. Dragonfish. That's just a terrifying name in itself, and honestly, it's as scary as they sound. They're typically found 2 kilometers or 1.2 miles beneath the ocean. The dragonfish actually starts its life at the surface of the ocean as a result of its eggs being buoyant. Like many other deep-sea creatures, the dragonfish becomes able to produce its own night vision or light source using a method known as bioluminescence, after which it descends to the depths. One of its many light-producing photophores can be found on a barbel attached to its lower jaw, which is most likely used for hunting. Number 24, the frilled shark. This seldom-seen shark lives at the depth of the Atlantic and Pacific Oceans. Scientists predict that the frilled shark captures prey by bending and curving its body just as a snake does while proceeding to swallow and chew its food. Snakes aren't already terrible enough, but with that description knowing that it's going to be in water, I'm just getting the shivers thinking of it. Number 23, the vampire squid. The vampire squid has the largest eyes, proportionally speaking, of any animal in the world. This sea creature was born to live in the depths of the ocean, and no, the vampire squid does not suck blood, and quite honestly, its tentacles barely have suckers at all. The squid got its name for its intensely red eyes and webbing-like features. I'm just so misunderstood. Number 22, the big red jellyfish. Unlike Clifford the big red dog, this thing is not nearly as jolly or friendly. This startlingly huge jellyfish would scare anyone to death if it was washed up on shore. This jellyfish can grow up to 1 meter in length, and it beholds a slightly red color, hence its straightforward name. Just like every other jellyfish, it uses its numerous, fleshy tentacles to stun and capture its prey. Number 21, the giant squid. Unlike the vampire squid, this squid is definitely not named wrong. This squid can be seen by any human eye, hence its name. This giant abomination of nature dwells deep beneath the sea, and its only real natural predator would have to be the equally large sperm whale. These two deep-sea giants are famous for their deep-sea battles, and often the two are seen to have battle scars on their body from previous fights with each other. Number 20, the blobfish. You look at it and you can't help but laugh your socks off. Come on, admit it. It's been used in so many different YouTube videos for a cheap laugh, you can't unsee it. The blobfish is primarily found off of the deep waters of Australia and New Zealand at the depth of 1,200 meters. The pressure at 1,200 meters is about 12 dozen times higher than the surface, which is why its body structure seems like a gelatinous mass. However, you're probably not paying attention to that because you're looking at its dopey little expression. Number 19, the coffin fish. A crossover between a pufferfish and an anglerfish, this fish looks like a giant pink spine-covered balloon. They lure their prey in by seeming as a regular fish and then puffing up when they feel threatened, just as a pufferfish does. Number 18, giant isopod. If a crab went to a costume party dressed as a predator from the movie Alien vs. Predator, it would probably look like this. Unlike any other deep-sea creatures on this list, the isopod is permanently constrained to lurking on the depths of the ocean floor. Primarily, the cold, dark depths of the Pacific Ocean. Number 17, the stargazer. Now this is a truly strange underwater creature, and honestly, if you saw one in real life, it'd probably be a really good sight to see. Whenever this strange creature feels threatened, it lays down and buries itself under the sand as they watch its prey swim past. Many of the stargazer species often obtain the ability to deliver lethal shocks. The creature gets its name because it lays on its back and it seems as if it's looking up at the stars because its eyes are located on the top of its head. Number 16, the chimera. These creatures also have a common name of the ghost shark, and even though they used to reside throughout the world's ocean, they're usually more confined to the deeper waters of the ocean. Also, yeah, probably not what you expected when you heard the word chimera, am I right? Number 15, amphiod. Although these tiny crustaceans are usually no longer than an inch, They reside deep down on the floor of the Pacific Ocean, about 6 kilometers beneath the waves to be exact. They can grow up to 1 foot in length. These crustaceans provoke no real danger to human life, however. Number 14. Pacific Back Dragon. This deep-sea predator got its name for a reason. Because most of its prey are bioluminescent, their stomach is designed to prevent light from radiating through. Bioluminescence occurs widely in marine vertebrates and invertebrates, as well as in some fungi, microorganisms including some bioluminescent bacteria, and terrestrial invertebrates such as fireflies. Number 13. The Dumbo Octopus. Now, don't get confused by this. It is named after the elephant in the Disney film. This octopus isn't necessarily as terrifying as the frill shark, but it's far too strange to not include on this list. I mean, look at it. Looks cute to me, but wouldn't mind having it as a pet to be quite honest with you. But at the same time, it kinda creeps me out for some reason. Number 12. The Anglerfish. This is probably the one that most people are familiar with, and probably the most terrified of. Named after its hunting technique, the anglerfish uses a fleshy growth coming from the top of its head to lure in and attract its prey, as seen on Finding Nemo. Number 11. The Gulper Eel. Also known as the pelican eel, the gulper eel is definitely one of the stranger looking creatures on this list, along with the Dumbo octopus and the blobfish. The gulper eel features its large mouth and the capability to swallow larger animals just as a pelican does. And a snake. Really kind of noticing a pattern here. These are really terrifying creatures. Number 10. The Snaggletooth. There aren't many ways to describe this deep-sea critter that don't include the words very ugly. Like several other deep-sea animals on this list, due to the fact that the creature lives at the depths of the seafloor, the animal has, you guessed it, grown to be able to produce its own light source, hence being able to attract its prey. Number 9. The Hatchetfish. The marine hatchetfish, which is not to be confused with its cousin the freshwater hatchetfish, found in many home aquariums, this species was named after the distinctive hatchet shape of its body. Living at extreme depths, it has 2 tubular eyes that point upward, enabling it to catch food falling from above. Number 8. The Barrel Eye. Definitely a sight for sore eyes, the barrel eye features a beautiful transparent dome that can and will leave anyone who sees it speechless. These beautiful deep-sea creatures are similar to the hatchetfish, with the same upward-facing eyes to scan for prey. Number 7. The Grenadier. One of the more abundant deep-sea dwellers, these grenadiers make up approximately 15% of the deep-sea population and are found at depths of up to 6 kilometers below sea level or 3.3 miles below. Number 6. The Blue-Ringed Octopus. Although it may not be as physically imposing as some of the other deep-sea creatures on this list, the blue-ringed octopus is easily one of the most dangerous animals in the ocean. Its poison is extremely potent, and because there is no antivenom, it is certainly a good idea to stay away from this creature if you truly cherish your life. Number 5. The Mega Mouth Shark. The Mega Mouth Shark was discovered in 1976 and is an extremely rare species of deep-water sharks and has rarely been seen by the human eye, and thus far, there's no real consensus in the scientific community as to what they should actually classify it as. Its most distinctive feature portrayed in its straightforward name is its wide mouth. Number 4. The Viperfish. While during the day, this scary sea animal stays in deep water, at night it has been known to venture below to shallower territory and into the nets of deep-sea fishermen. They don't survive very well in captivity, however, so not much is known about them. Although, their appearance certainly earns them a spot on this list. I mean, look at it. If I found that in my toilet or anywhere for that matter, I'd take off running, and you're crazy if you don't agree with me. Number 3. The Black Swallower. Also known as the Great Swallower, the capacity of this deep-sea creature to engulf and digest things significantly larger than itself should not be underestimated. In fact, it can consume prey over 10 times its own mass. My best advice for you, don't get in that thing's way unless you like living in a deep water fish's belly. Number 2. The Fangtooth. Although it has an intense sounding name, and for good reason considering the fact that its teeth are proportionally the largest of any fish in the ocean, the Fangtooth is actually quite small and harmless to humans. Terrifying, but overall completely harmless. Number 1. The Goblin Shark. Remember when I said that the anglerfish was probably the most recognizable fish in this list? Well, take a look at this puppy, he's also pretty recognizable. While it may kinda look familiar, the goblin shark isn't very well known, and only a few specimens have ever been caught by fishing boats, and those rare creatures have been enough to earn it a fearsome reputation. The goblin shark has a set of retractable jaws and a very prominent nose. Its physical characteristics are more than worthy for its name. So, what did you all think of this list? More terrified of these things than you were Jaws? Let us know in the comments below. Now with all that said and done, thank you for watching our video. Please like and share the video on social networks, and we'll be right back to you as fast as we possibly can.